Now we've got a fun new product to test out, and this product really makes a statement. It's the Netvue Birdfy bamboo feeder that has just been released, and it comes in a really impressive box, all festive for the holidays. If you buy this for yourself or for somebody you care about, you're really making a statement, because this is really quite a piece of engineering and really almost a piece of architectural art. So let's move this big box out of the way. And the box even comes with a nice little gift card. And here we have the Netvue Birdfy bamboo feeder. Last year I tested out the Netvue Birdfy AI smart feeder. You know, it's a nice unit, held up well, made out of plastic. And there's been all sorts of companies that have been making knockoffs of those kind of feeders here recently. They're flooding the market. And you know, they're mostly kind of a shiny plastic. The Netvue Birdfy version that I've been using has really held up well, and I've issued several updates on it. And the company really is committed to customer service. So let's take a look at this. This is made out of bamboo, and it's got 2 feeding stations. Well, it's really been built like a piece of furniture. And you can see here's the 2 feeding chambers right here. And ideally, you want to use larger feed in here, like shelled peanuts or shelled sunflower seeds, just because it's such a nice unit. If you don't want to use like messy seed in here, and then it's just you know, more mess to clean up. Although it is not that difficult to clean, but really you kind of want to use some nice seed in this bird feeder. Then you have a little panel that comes down here. This is the compartment in the center where the Wi-Fi camera goes, and that's what you're going to be able to see the birds on your smartphone. And the 20 people can share the feed to the bird feeder. And it comes with a solar panel. I'm just going to feed the power cable that goes to the solar panel through the back there, and then plug it into the camera. Nice and firm. And we'll pull the cable back in here and put the camera right in its little place right there. So we've got the camera in there with the Wi-Fi antenna and the cable going to the solar panel. It uses the same updated phone app that the previous Netvue Birdfy used. So I just added this camera to it and got it on the Wi-Fi rather quickly, and it's working fine. So it's in the center compartment. I just closed the center compartment. And the nice thing about the bird feeder, it basically comes completely together. There's nothing, it's completely assembled. It looks like a piece of modern bird feeder art, really. They put a lot of work into this. This is a very substantial bird feeder. Real solid mounting, because it's a fairly heavy unit. What I like about it is if you want to have a little different look in your backyard or your garden, you can have something that's much more natural looking and blends in with the environment, and much more artistic looking. And I'm sure that the birds are going to enjoy it, but I'm going to get out here and install it. Really impressed when I got it out of the box at how nice it was and quality construction it is. And I'm going to put it on a special 4x4 post made out of treated lumber and show you how that looks. I think it'll look really nice on there. So let's get it out there and try it out. Been having fun testing out the new Netvue Birdfy bamboo bird feeder that's just been released here in November, just in time for Christmas holiday gift giving. This one is really fascinating because it's really kind of like a piece of art. It really changes the whole ambiance of how you want to, set up your garden or your backyard. Plastic ones are a lot of fun and they're great, but if you want something a little more organic looking, this is made out of, sustainable bamboo wood, and it's really well made. It has sort of that architectural look to it that sort of blends a number of different designs, but it depends on it. I find it really attractive, but the main thing I'll talk about is how it works and how the birds love it, of course. Because it's such a nice looking feeder, I put it up on a 4x4 treated pole, which I think really makes it nice. You can mount it either on a tree with a strap, or you can mount it on like a pipe, something like that, with a mount and a strap. Or you can put it like on a 4x4 post or on a wall. There's a lot of different ways you can mount it. It's a very substantial bird feeder. It's not light. I mean, it's well made. It's made out of composite bamboo, so it's got some heft to it. So you want to attach it properly, and it comes with a real neat mounting system. For example, all you really have to do is just lift it up and take it off. The mount stays on the pole. In fact, here's a little closer look at the mounting system. I have another mount here for the bird house, bamboo bird house, and I'm going to talk about later. And so it just slides off and on. So it's real easy to put it up and take it down and maintain it. It comes with an included solar panel that attaches real strongly. You don't have to worry about burning up batteries or running power cables, and it works really good. Now, this is just a temporary location for the solar. For my permanent location, I would put it back behind here and then rotate this around so it's facing the house. I just have it facing this way for the test because I wanted to get a good sun angle on it. And that's the other thing to consider when you mount these, is the sun angle and where you are going to be when you're watching. So what I decided to do in my situation, just to show you how it works, is I just went to Home Depot and bought an 8-foot 4x4 treated post. I think it was about 10 bucks. And I got one of these 30-inch stakes that you stake into the ground that supports the post. And when you do that, you want to limit your height to about 6 feet or so, which is really a perfect height. So this is 6 feet above the ground. And I'll put links to those products. And you can see it's nice and solid. And also, you know, as soon as I put it up, of course, the squirrels were all over it. In fact, you can see that they started to, you know, get their muddy footprints on it and things like that. Now, I love squirrels, but I feed them other places, so I don't want them messing around with my bird feeder that's primarily for my buntings and cardinals and things like that. I got a squirrel baffle, and I'll put a link to this. This is really a nice system. In fact, here, as I'm filming, I'm always being observed by the squirrels. And they learn to adjust to the feeding situation. If they can't get up here easily, then they'll go somewhere else where their other food is. So this is 2 feet in diameter, and you really want something 2 feet in diameter if you're going to use a 4x4 post. It's real simple to mount this with a 30-inch stake in the ground. Now, of course, in Florida where this is, it's pretty easy to drive a stake in the ground. It depends on how rocky your soil is, but it works well. And you get a 6-foot 4x4 post, and it really, put it in your garden, or if you have, a fence post on your garden or something like that, you can get the idea. Any substantial piece of flat wood you can mount it to. So you simply lift up the lid to put the seed in the 2 containers, and it holds up to 3 liters of seed. But I wouldn't definitely not fill it up with cheap a mixture of seed, like you get those big 20-pound bags for a cheap price. You want to put some good quality seed in here, and usually some larger seed. It'll keep it cleaner and make it easier to clean, like for example shelled peanuts on one side and shelled black walnuts on the other. Now I have some high quality white millet that the Buntings, painted Buntings, really love. And what I'll do is just sprinkle some of that in front of here, or if I know I'm going to be gone for a while, then I'll fill one side with some real nice millet. And then here, the access to the inside is where the camera with the included rechargeable battery that connects to the solar, and it runs on your home Wi-Fi, so there's no recurring costs or data charges or anything like that to run it. You just connect it to your home Wi-Fi network. And it's about, this is about 100 feet away from the router and through several walls, and the connection is fine. So I think in most cases you'll find that the coverage is good. And this is pretty similar to the cameras in the other Netvue Birdfy camera, and it runs Birdfy app, which I'll show you later. And it's basically, if you already have a camera or a Nest box on Birdfy, you just add it on, and it works real well. As far as cleaning the birdhouse, the camera just sits in here. So you just disconnect the solar panel, take it out of the back, remove this, and you can remove these clear plastic covers to clean everything out. But the one thing about a nice bird feeder like this is, the easiest way to clean it without a lot of trouble is to not let it get too filthy in the first place. Put in good quality shelled clean food that doesn't have a high waste content. And again, don't put that cheap mixture of food in there that a lot of birds don't eat, because it'll just gunk up the feeder, any feeder you have. And then just clean it more often. The other thing that I do, if I'm around, you see it's real solid. If I'm around, I don't fill it with a lot of seed. I'll come out in the morning and put in maybe some unshelled peanuts right in front, as you'll see in a lot of examples, and some millet or something like that. It comes with two options for the perch. Here's the short perch. If you want to limit large birds congregating or keep larger birds like crows and jays and grackles to more of a minimum, then you would take this part off. Slides on right here. It's two screws that hold it in there, and it comes with an included screwdriver. So right now I'm testing out, so I have this on here. This also makes it a lot easier for squirrels to stand on here, but now that I have the baffle, I don't have a squirrel problem. Okay, this is the latest version of the Birdfy app, which you'll use to interact with your bamboo bird feeder and to get alerts and be able to see the birds and record them and share them. And so this is live right now this morning, and this comes up to the home page, and I have the Birdfy feeder bamboo version in here and the Birdfy nest, which I'm going to talk about later. And that's a bamboo nest box, which is kind of cool. But right now I just got a alert here on painted buntings. So when you push this button over here, you get a list of all your recent alerts. Now, if you're getting a lot of birds to your feeder and getting like constant alerts, you can turn the alerts off and leave the detection on, so you'll still get the pictures and videos, and it automatically takes 20-second videos of triggered activity. So you can get those without your phone constantly beeping, or you can set it to silent, so you have control over that. So like in my case, I'm getting like tons of alerts in the morning, so I just turn the alerts off but leave the detection on. So here's what it looks like. Here's the latest one. It's a painted bunting just now, and it identifies it as painted bunting. And the identification system works pretty well. I mean, it's not perfect all the time, obviously, because there's so many variables involved: the sun angle, the glint, the profile that the bird presents. So what you do is you just click on this, and and this is running through the Wi-Fi on your home router, so it's going on the internet. And there's a video of the bunting, and you can go and click on that. You can also see the pictures that were taken in the ID process. What the algorithm does is takes pictures of birds or shapes that approach the camera. And here a new one just came in, so that's kind of cool. So you can see it's constantly analyzing each shape for bird shape and bird ID that comes in there. And it's really just a lot of fun. I mean, you can't expect the bird ID to be perfect, but you can have a lot of fun with it. And if you click on the painted bunting, it'll take you to the wiki page that'll tell you about the painted bunting, and you just go back to it. And so that's how it works. Basically, it's every time there's a triggered motion, it's going to take a 20-second video and a series of pictures to help identify that. And you can download that. Here's the one that I just played, and you can go over here and look at it on the big screen. You just hit the download button, and you can see it's saved to your phone. What you get with this is you don't have to pay any recurring fees to do all this on this system. You can choose to subscribe to the cloud or subscribe to various add-on features as far as saving and storing and things like that. And you can even set it up to be like a continuous monitoring, 24/7. So it's kind of up to you what you want to do, but I'm keeping it fairly simple. And in all cases, it comes with the 30-day free cloud storage forever. And so everything that is recorded is on the cloud for 30 days, and you can go back within 30 days and look at it and download it just like I just did right there, or you save it on your phone. And you can go here and you can see calendar for November, and you can pick on any of the last 30 days and get the identifications and videos from there. You can see the mourning dove, etc. So it's really a pretty nice app and a really neat system, and it doesn't cost anything for this. For me personally, the 30 days of free cloud storage, rolling 30-day period is fine with me, because if I see something cool, I'll just download it. So now let's go to the live view, and that's up here. And here I have 3 cameras on here. I have the bamboo feeder, the bamboo bird nest, and the original Birdfy Netvue plastic one, which I don't have online right now. So I'll click on this one, and it'll give me it's connecting through the Wi-Fi network. And there is the live view. You can now record a video or take a picture. Be sure and choose HD first. And your videos and pictures you capture are stored on your phone's internal memory. You can turn on a pretty loud siren to try and scare away squirrels or annoying big birds. And you can broadcast your voice through the camera's microphone button. But if you have squirrel or raccoon issues, you should just go the Baffle route, as I discussed earlier. A real nice feature is you can turn on a soft white light that illuminates the feeder at night for color, but it's also great for improving photos and videos during the day to remove or fill in shadows to see birds with greater color and clarity on gloomy days, as in these examples. And this screen shows the basic settings for the bamboo bird feeder. Motion detection. If you don't have motion detection on, then it's not going to save any videos or pictures. So you want to leave that on. You can set the sensitivity, low, medium, or high, and you can have a motion alert. Right now, what I have is I keep the motion detection on, but I have the motion alert off so that my phone doesn't get alerted constantly in the morning. And you can filter it by what kind of motions, but I just leave that on all. And then cooldown time is the time in between triggers. So you can lower that. For example, if you want to be sure not to miss anything, set how long it waits between triggers. So you can set that to 0 and get like close to continuous 20-second videos, or set it at 1 minute. The default is at 2 minutes. Actually, I'm going to set that to 1 minute and save that. In the settings menu is also a list of things that you can subscribe to for an extra cost. And this applies to all the Netvue camera and security and bird products out there. So this app, you can look at this same app to look at your bird feeding camera, or your bird nest box camera, or your home security cameras or home monitoring cameras, all in the same app. Now the other thing you can do with Bamboo Bird Feeder is you can generate a QR code and send it to people who have to load the Birdfy app on their phone. For example, friends and relatives, they download the Birdfy app, and then you send them a code, and then they can add your camera onto their phone. It's up to 20 people. So, for example, you can have friends and family be able to share one camera on all their phones. So that's kind of cool. And there's no extra charge for that. It's just limited to 20 people, is what my understanding is. And of course, those people don't have control over the camera, but they are able to see what's going on. And so that's a quick overview of the app. It's really a good system. I have been using the original Netvue Birdfy feeder for over a year now, and it's it's held up well, and the app works good, and the camera works good. So the new Bamboo one is just to me is kind of building on the success of the original one, and very unique in the marketplace for what's becoming a very common thing now. Is that a lot of companies are rushing to produce a smart bird feeder cameras and get them onto the market. The Bamboo one is kind of a unique niche where it gives you a real organic and sort of artistic flair to your garden or backyard or wherever you want to put it. And it's very well made and really well made and really flexible in the ways that you can mount it.